What's up, world? Welcome to the TYSK report. I got some great articles lined up on the docket, so let's dive in. The Bambu H2D isn't just a bigger 3D printer, it's a laser cutter, pen plotter, and cry cut competitor too. Bambu is building its biggest and most sophisticated model to date, a Swiss Army knife of 3D printers that can also cut, draw, and etch. The new Bambu H2D, which starts at $1,899, has two 3D printing nozzles and a much bigger bed, but it also comes with a modular attachment system. Plug in a blade and it dices through paper and vinyl. Plug in a pen and it'll draw logos or schematics in a flash. You can even engrave and burn laser images into all sorts of materials. The H2D works the same way as Bambu's original printers. It has a robot gantry that moves left, right, forward, and back at high speed, while a bed slowly lowers to let your print get taller as you go. But now that robot gantry houses two alternating nozzles, a quick release mount, and dedicated power connector for other tools. With this printer, you can print things fully twice as large as Bambu's original X1 and P1 series printers inside its 350 by 320 by 325 millimeter build area, and the twin nozzles mean you can print in two different materials without constantly changing between those filaments and wasting some every time you do. One of Bambu's go-to examples is an entire bicycle helmet, including its padding, that you can print at once with a strong fiber-laced PETG outer shell matted to a soft TPU cushion. So as I was looking at this article and looking at this 3D printer, I began to think about all the opportunities that could come with having this device and this type of technology available to you. And I'm thinking that over time it's going to get better and they're going to improve it. And I think this would be a great machine to create a business model around, where you can etch, sketch, and 3D print different designs for people, and who even knows, you can create different products that you're not thinking about right now that people may want. And even though it has that close to $2,000 price tag at the moment, with a nice business model, you'll be able to make that back and more. So I do look forward to seeing how this company is going to enhance this 3D printer and improve it over time, and to also see what type of people or companies are going to be interested in it and what type of creations are going to come from this H2D 3D printer. Boston Dynamics plans to use Nvidia's Isaac Groot to build AI capabilities for Atlas. Boston Dynamics last week announced that it has expanded its collaboration with Nvidia to build the next generation of artificial intelligence capabilities for humanoid robots. As an early adopter of Nvidia's Isaac Groot framework, Boston Dynamics Atlas robot uses the Nvidia Jetson Thor computing platform. Jetson Thor's compact size, high performance, and efficiency allow Atlas to run complex multimodal AI models that work with Boston Dynamics' whole body and manipulation controllers. According to Aaron Saunders, Chief Technology Officer at Boston Dynamics, with the current generation of Electric Atlas, we are building the world's most capable humanoid. Collaborating with Nvidia to integrate Jetson Thor means that robot now has the highest performance compute platform behind it. Isaac Lab is allowing us to develop state-of-the-art AI capabilities, and the early results are exciting. Boston Dynamics noted that it and its research partners are also advancing learned dexterity and locomotion AI policies using Isaac Lab. The open source modular framework for robot learning in physically accurate virtual environments is built on Nvidia's Isaac Sim and Omniverse technologies. Nvidia and Boston Dynamics are collaborating to define key platform parameters, including functional safety and security architectures, as well as key learning and computer vision pipelines using Nvidia's training and simulation platforms. The companies announced their latest joint efforts at Nvidia's GTC event last week. So Boston Dynamics is another humanoid robot company where I brought you some news in the past, so it's great to hear some updates from them. And with this integration of Nvidia's Isaac Groot technology, based on that video, you were able to see where the Atlas robot was able to move the way it was. Over time, I can just imagine what other capabilities this humanoid robot is going to have in the future. And as these companies continue to make these humanoid robots better, their use case and their abilities to take on different tasks are going to go up and up. And soon we're going to be able to see these humanoid robots doing different type of work at a pace that we've never seen before. Also, it looks like lots of companies are integrating Nvidia's technology. So this is going to be one of those companies who is going to be at the center of expanding technological innovations for now and the years to come. China's Vivo Vision looks like a blatant Apple Vision Pro clone. While while some other headsets like Samsung's and Play for Dream MR are clearly somewhat inspired by Apple Vision Pro, Vivo Vision verges into the realm of outright cloning. Its gray fabric facial interface, rear strap, external battery, and connector look almost identical to Apple's, and even the name Vision was copied. The only notable core design departure is the side arms, which are metallic looking inside of the Apple Vision Pro's white plastic. No specifications or details of Vivo Vision have yet to be announced, so all we know so far is the name and the design of the device. In addition, no press or influencers have been able to get a demo of the hardware, so it's unclear if a functional prototype exists. Vivo claims it will launch Vivo Vision in mid-2025. It hasn't yet said whether it will launch outside China. Alright, so I'm wondering what's going to happen as time progresses when it comes to if this device is going to be available to people. But on the side of adoption, I do believe that this is going to pick up very nicely out there in China, and I believe that lots of people who are living in China may want this Vivo Vision device instead of the Apple Vision Pro, granted that it might come at a price tag that is a lot lower than Apple's product. This is also aiding towards the expansion and growth of the virtual reality industry, and we shall see if China is going to be the country that creates the catalyst where virtual reality growth is going to begin. Otter's new AI agent can speak up in meetings. Otter, the AI-powered automated transcription service, is launching a trio of artificial intelligence agents that aim to provide quick assistance and boost productivity during calls and meetings. The most notable is the aptly named Otter Meeting Agent, a voice-activated meeting assistant that's capable of using company data to answer questions and complete tasks. Otter says its new meeting agent is a transformative evolution. It can now answer questions based on information in the company's meeting database, and users can access it to schedule future meetings and draft emails using natural voice interaction. Otter says the AI meeting agent can currently be used on Zoom calls and is being incrementally rolled out to all Otter.ai users. The meeting agent will be supported on Microsoft Teams and Google Meet in the coming weeks. Otter also is launching a sales agent that provides live coaching assistance during calls to help sales representatives close deals and handle complaints, and a sales development representative agent that can autonomously demonstrate products without human intervention. Alright, so this is more news related to how AI agents is going to continue to be integrated into the world and the things that people do on a day-to-day basis. And I do believe that over time, many companies are going to be using these AI agents to take on different tasks to not only make things more efficient and productive for workers, but also be able to take on a lot of those small tasks that people might still be doing today. Also, I do believe that in addition to this sales agent, there's going to be marketing agents, creative agents, and all these type of agents that are going to be specific to a certain industry. And I do believe that when it comes to the growth of these different agents, it's all going to come down to if the company wants to integrate the use case of the agents or not. Bill Gates backed Commonwealth Fusion Systems hits key reactor construction milestone. Commonwealth Fusion Systems marked a major milestone earlier this week, announcing the installation of a key component of its Spark demonstration reactor. The new part is a 24-foot wide, 75-ton stainless steel circle that forms the foundation of the tokamak, the donut-shaped heart of a fusion reactor that CFS hopes will be the first of its kind to generate more power than it consumes. Called the cryostat base, it was made in Italy and shipped halfway around the world to CFS site in Devens, Massachusetts. CFS is one of many startups that have emerged in recent years to pursue fusion power, which promises to deliver gigawatts of pollution-free electricity from a hydrogen fuel derived from seawater. Investors have been counting on the technology to meet future power needs, which are skyrocketing as heavy users like electric vehicles and data centers proliferate. The company, which is backed by Bill Gates' Breakthrough Energy Ventures, is widely considered to be one of the best prospects to prove whether fusion power is commercially feasible. Spark is expected to come online in 2027, and if it works as CFS anticipates, it could be the first tokamak to produce more power than it takes to run. So far, only the Department of Energy's National Ignition Facility has been able to hit the so-called scientific break-even in a string of successful experiments, the first of which occurred in December of 2022. So that's just some of the latest news when it comes to fusion energy, and this is supposed to be coming later on down the road, with this being 2025. 2026 2027 is going to be here before we know it, and hopefully at that moment and at that time, these startups will be able to show the progression of the fusion power and its ability to power things like data centers and electric vehicles and the grid. Nvidia's AI assistant is here to optimize your gaming PC. Project G Assist is now available inside the Nvidia app and will help to optimize game and system settings, measure frame rates, and even change the lighting on connected devices. G Assist works as an AI assistant through voice or text prompts, so you can ask questions like, how does DLS frame generation work? And the assistant will give you a ChatGPT-like output. Where it gets a lot more interesting is the ability to ask G Assist to optimize games for the best performance or image quality, or have it control the lighting of supported devices from Logitech, Corsair, MSI, and Nanoleaf. You can even ask G Assist to analyze and optimize your entire PC, so it will detect if a game has a frame rate limiter, whether performance of your GPU is limited, and what you can do to improve the overall performance. G Assist is available as an optional part of an update to the Nvidia app that also includes new DLSS override options and the ability to adjust display scaling and color settings. Personally, I'm not the biggest gamer, so I wouldn't know too much about this, but for you, you might be a gamer and you might be interested in something like this. So with this Project G Assist being available to you, maybe this is something you might want to explore and could also be a tool that you may utilize on a consistent basis in the future. XCharge NA and Hypercharge supercharge Canada's EV infrastructure. XCharge North America and Hypercharge networks are bringing bi-directional DC fast chargers to Canada, starting in British Columbia and Ontario. The partnership will introduce XCharge NA's battery-integrated grid-linked 300 kilowatt DC fast chargers that improve grid stability. Grid-linked charges are bi-directional, so they allow the power to flow back into the grid or act as an off-grid energy source, contributing to the overall grid stability. Under the deal, XCharge NA will supply the grid-linked chargers, while Hypercharge will distribute them to automotive dealerships and other commercial customers throughout Canada. Hypercharge will manage software, customer support, and routine maintenance, and its team will receive special training from XCharge NA for more technical hardware repairs. The partnership aims to address Canada's rising demand for EV charging by making infrastructure more accessible and reliable. So the EV charging infrastructure is continuing to expand, and more of these EV chargers are going to be installed in other areas throughout the world. And even with this news related to Canada, we also have this news right here from GM, Pilot, and EVgo expanding their EV charging infrastructure here in the United States. So even though all these things are going on when it comes to the automotive industry, that has not stopped these different companies, organizations, and countries from implementing more of this EV charging. And at some point, I think electric vehicle sales are going to take off in a way that we haven't seen before due to the EV charging infrastructure being available for people to utilize, and it's going to be as convenient as pulling up to a gas station. VR aerial sim Aces of Thunder teases combat and new gameplay trailer. Developed by War Thunder Studio Gadget Entertainment, Aces of Thunder is an upcoming flight simulation game designed with physically accurate flight and damage models focused on realism. Featuring dozens of legendary planes from both World War I and II, this new trailer offered a new look at the interactive cockpits, physics, and combat. At launch, Aces of Thunder promises over 15 maps set across 3 key theaters from World War II: the Eastern Front, Western Europe, and the Pacific. The previously revealed World War I aircraft such as the Fokker DR.I of the infamous Red Baron also feature mounted machine guns not present on World War II aircrafts. Soviet, US, and other aircraft are also included, and Gadget Entertainment recently began a series of weekly highlights. Aces of Thunder targets a 2025 launch on PlayStation VR 2 and Steam VR. So that's a wrap for the TYSK report. I hope you enjoyed the video, and to continue to stay informed, like the video, subscribe, check out these 2 videos right here, and stay tuned for the next one.